नमस्कार सभी को आशा किरण चैनल पर आप सभी का स्वागत है। इन दिस वीडियो वी आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व द क्विज ऑफ निष्ठा FLN कोर्स 2 शिफ्टिंग टुवर्ड्स कॉम्पिटेंसी बेस्ड एजुकेशन। इस वीडियो में हम निष्ठा FLN कोर्स 2 शिफ्टिंग टुवर्ड्स कॉम्पिटेंसी बेस्ड एजुकेशन की क्विज सॉल्व करेंगे। अगर आप चैनल पर नए हैं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और सब्सक्राइब की राइट साइड में जो बेल आइकन है उसको भी प्रेस कर देंगे ताकि मेरी आने वाली वीडियोस की नोटिफिकेशंस आपको मिल सकें। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है एक्सप्रेशन एंड मैनेजमेंट ऑफ इमोशंस एंड द एबिलिटी टू इस्टेब्लिश पॉजिटिव एंड रिवार्डिंग रिलेशनशिप्स with others and the ability to explore and engage with the environment is a part of. Correct answer is socio-emotional development. Next question. Non-responsive instructions focuses on completing the syllabus without ascertaining the learning of children. Next question. The Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act (RTE) Act aims to provide free and compulsory elementary education for children between. Correct answer है 6 to 14 years of age. Next question. Specific statements that describe exactly what a student will be able to do in some miserable ways are. Correct answer है learning outcomes. Next question. It is not one of the developmental goals of FLN framework. Correct answer है children participate in games and sports. Next question. Lakshya targets have been defined to monitor the progress of FLN mission by the. Correct answer is state functionaries. Next question. Activities requiring running, jumping, balancing, cycling should be provided for. Correct answer is large muscle development. Next question. In competency model, instruction is designed to match the dash of the students. Correct answer is developmental readiness. Next question. Children who maintain good health and well-being does not focus on. Correct answer is language and literacy. Next question. In the constructive approach, the teacher is seen as a. Correct answer is facilitator. The Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act, a landmark legislation which aimed to provide free and compulsory elementary education for children between 6 and 14 years of age, was passed in the year. Correct answer is 2009. Children learn to read mechanically through simple decoding but without much comprehension if their dash is not ensured. Correct answer है oral language base. Acknowledging the child's capacity to construct knowledge as a natural learner is a constructive approach. Activities like cutting, pasting, tearing, stringing the beads, fixing the puzzles, playing with blocks and playing with clay, dough, sand, water led to. Correct answer है fine muscle development. The National Council of Educational Research and Training NCERT developed learning outcomes at the elementary stage for each class and subject in the year. Correct answer is 2017. A sum total of cognitive elements, functional aspects, as well as interpersonal attributes and ethical values is known as competency. In the FLN framework, learning outcomes are arranged spirally. In the FLN framework, competencies and learning outcomes have been derived from developmental goals. It is not a component of nurturing care, responsive caregiving, and opportunities for early learning. Learning outcomes for a particular class and subject are mapped to the. Correct answer is curriculum. Developmental Goal 3 progresses into following subjects in grade 3: mathematics and EVS, expression and management of emotions, and the ability to establish positive and rewarding relationships with others, and the ability to explore and engage with the environment is a part of socio emotional development. Children learn to read mechanically through simple decoding but without much comprehension if their dash is not ensured. Oral language base. The third year of the FLN framework is known as, correct answer is Balvatika. In the competency based education model, assessment is done throughout the year. Children who maintain good health and well being does not focus on language and literacy. Nutrients like vitamin A, iodine, iron, and zinc in the diet provide micronutrients. In competency based education system, assessment is used as a guiding tool for students and teachers. The amendment of Rule 23(2) of the Right to Education Act 2009 highlighted that all the states should prepare class-wise, subject-wise learning outcomes. The competency-based education is based on the idea that learners should be enabled to develop in-depth understanding of concepts and principles so that they can transfer the knowledge to real-life situations. In the constructive approach, the teacher is seen as a facilitator. The framework for foundational literacy and numeracy has been divided into three developmental goals. In a day's schedule for holistic development of the child, the three developmental goals must be addressed in an integrated manner. Outcome based approach does not provide assessment as pass or fail. A combination of knowledge, skills, and attributes appropriate to the context is defined as learning outcomes. Next question. Instructions which does not serve the learning needs of children but focuses on completing the syllabus without monitoring what children are learning is known as non-responsive instruction. The guiding points for the teachers and the stakeholders to assess the progress of learning by children are learning outcomes. A sum total of cognitive elements, functional aspects, as well as interpersonal attributes and ethical values is known as learning outcomes. Competency. Protein, fat, and carbohydrates in the diet provide macronutrients. In the FLN framework, learning outcomes are arranged spirally. Early childhood is a critical period of development for learning social and emotional skills, also known as mental health. In the competency based education system, learning outcomes for each class are well defined and fixed. Children have settled into patterns of learning that usually persist for life by the end of grade 3. Specific statements that describe exactly what a student will be able to do in some measurable ways are learning outcomes. In the competency based education model, assessment is done throughout the year. Learning outcomes should be observable and measurable. Lakshya targets have been defined to monitor the progress of FLN mission by the state functionaries, which is not an outcome of competency based education. Students acquire high marks in the annual examination.